And oh, even the floor of the end is my face. This is just, everything about this is not something I'm happy with. Hello, I'm Toycat, and I'm gonna be honest, this video is entirely ridiculous, and the story behind it is just as ridiculous because I saw an image posted on Discord where every single status effect had been replaced with a version of my face. I thought this was funny, so I posted it on the YouTube community feature and said, who else wants to see a Toycat texture pack? It turns out a lot of people really want to see a texture pack entirely of my face, and the person who made the original image has spent quite some weeks now making every single texture in Minecraft, or at least the vast majority of them, replaced with some variant of my face. So this is the reason today's video has face cam, so you can see my face versus what is actually the texture pack rendition of it, because in the resource pack you can see Eroding Sanity, the Toycat texture pack exclusive, which you're going to be able to watch today. This is going to be the worst texture pack review ever, but I hope you all enjoy. It's even got Minecraft being my green thumbnail text, terribleness. But yeah, this is the Toycat's face texture pack. Even though this is very much a special case of a texture pack, we're going to be reviewing it like normal by using our Let's Play world, or at least a copy of it. This was sent by the person who made the whole texture pack, just so we can check things out. So there's going to be some things different to my Let's Play world, but it should be a pretty fair comparison, such as my house here, which as you can see, very much fair because my face it's pretty high resolution, like maybe 32 by 32, or is that 16 by 16? But it's a nice version of my face as the wood plank, and also the stairs are now a staired version of my face. It's very, you know, it's very accurate, very great to look at. It's even got the hair going in front of it. That's high quality right there. And then the pumpkin is a lit up version of my face, or a jack-o'-lantern maybe. So yeah, this is looking really great. But we're gonna try and keep this texture pack as neutral as possible. Look at the dog, man. So when I do these texture pack reviews, I like to show off the overworld, I like to show off the nether, and I like to show off the end. I like to show how practical it is for mining, because I think this is gonna be a texture pack that you're really gonna want to use, because it comes with the great low price of $0.00. It might just be your next great mining texture pack, or end texture pack, or texture pack for building. Let's find out today, shall we? We're gonna try and keep this texture pack review as natural as possible, so let's go into our house and look at our bed, which is just zoomed into my nose. This is gonna be a rough time today, isn't it? This is gonna be a real rough time. So yeah, this is the Toycat face texture pack, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing certain blocks. So like brick, for instance, it's a tiled version of my face, like if I had a fence in front of it seems. Yeah, a little bit concerning, but I mean, at least it's a different version of my face. Then we've got glass over here, which is surprisingly not my face. I mean, it's one of the few blocks that is that way. We've got the furnace, I think. We've got the crafting table, which is very low resolution of my face. And then we've got the chest, which is, of course, again, zoomed into the top of my head, maybe? I'm not even entirely sure. So, look at that door. I don't know why this is the scariest and worst thing ever. Even the ice is just a version of my face that slowly cracks. Like, oh no, Mr. Thanos, I don't feel so good. What is my face? So as you can see, the grass is a nice green version of my face. It's randomly rotated because that's a Bedrock feature. The pumpkins are zoomed into my left eye, I would have to guess that is. Whereas it looks like the melons are also my left eye, but they're green instead. The fence is a horrifying zoom in of my mouth and nose, I think. And then we've got the beacon, which is... What is this? What is this entire texture pack? I can't look at a single block without being horrified at the fact that this is technically possible to do. Look at this. Look at what I am staring at right now. It is literally a beam of my face going up into heaven. I am being abducted regularly. There are thousands of me being abducted by this beacon block. But to stay on track, let's show off some of my existing builds, but with my face planted all over them. Look at the sand. But let's try and show off some of the existing builds, and let's tell you exactly what they look like. So for instance, we have my stone brick tower right here, which is a lot of zoomed in Toycat's face. It doesn't actually look like me. Is that definitely me? I'm not 100% sure here, but it's a bunch of zoomed in Toycat faces, and I really like the consistency of it. It's like my face is a brick that you can build on top of and make great things like a giant tower. This was actually a lot of work to make all those years back. I guess not so much work these days, right? But then you can see the same thing, like, oh yeah, my wooden spawn house, it's a lot of Toycat eyes. Oh, this is the right eye this time, with a little bit of nose in there too. Like, oh yeah, it shows how it's like a building block to make things from. It admittedly doesn't have any of the color that it used to have, or any of the the difference in wood types, but I mean, the fact that it shows something is kind of great. Same with this right here, right? Like, oh yeah, the Toy Cat house, really great. Got a stony feel with some gold in there, which is, I don't even know what that is, like a gold version of my eye maybe. So yeah, that's real great. This sheep is, oh my, what is this sheep? What am I looking at? What the heck? This is like some Cronenberg sheep thing. Like, I am very much horrified by everything I'm looking. I'm gonna look away and tell you about my next build here. So if you have pixel art and you're thinking, will my pixel art look good if Toy Cat's face is plastered all over it? Don't worry, it looks like it actually will do. Because again, from this distance, you can see how like, oh, it's my face. But if we get far enough back, you can start to stop seeing the faces and just see the colors. These look like really good iron swords, I would say. Like, again, if you didn't know what you were looking at, and you definitely do know what you're looking at, you might say, oh yeah, this is actually pretty decent. Like, oh, actually, wait, I just saw, oh my god, look at my face. What am I? It's like, it's my face with giant duck lips that go in and out, because I'm wearing an Ender Dragon head, as I always do. So yeah, builds in this texture pack are actually not as bad as you might assume. They have a charm to them, and a lot of the detail is preserved. Obviously, stone and wooden-based blocks have some downsides, so I can't give it a perfect score. But the fact that pixel art is preserved, and the fact that you can look at my face while looking at all these things, gives it a solid review. Oh, also look, here's my Nether brick, or my Nether wart farm. The Nether brick is this scary, miniaturized face, and the Nether wart themselves actually seem to be quite fine, besides the ice. So yeah, I'm gonna give, most of your existing builds will survive. You'll recognize them. You'll just secretly wish that you didn't recognize them. Anyway, next up. So, again, as always, there's multiple parts of a texture pack review. Next up, we're gonna show off the Nether, and we're gonna see if it's anything so good. Oh, I like that the Nether is literally a, like, swolled up version of my face here. Oh my god. Look at this. Look at this Nether. Oh, man. Okay, so one of the things that I actually kind of like to compliment in a texture pack is if they keep Netherrack ugly. Netherrack kind of needs to be an ugly block, and you know what? This is one of the ugliest blocks I've seen in any texture pack ever. This might be the ugliest Netherrack design I've ever seen. I mean, like, you know, like, are you allowed to be self-deprecating on the internet? I think so. Look how bad this Netherrack looks. It is so rough. It is so out there and confusing. Also, the fire, I believe that's a slightly weird version of my face burning on top of it. So yeah, the Nether is definitely horrifying. It does that job really great. It's a Cronenberg mix of look at that, this just a random glowing Toy Cat block mixed in the rough there. But yeah, the Nether does a really good job of being horrifying, which is really what the Nether's job is to be. Also, glowstone is, of course, I mean, how else could it not be a version of my face with, what is that, Nether quartz ore? Just up there? Well, let's go back. We're in creative today, make a slight exception here. And you can see how, yeah, there's Toy Cat, you know, Netherrack with some ore on top of it. That's real nice. I've always wished my face had Nether quartz ore on so I could get XP from mining myself. And this texture pack allows me to live that dream, I guess. Speaking of living dreams, oh, by the way, the transition screen is great. Let's show off some more of my builds, but on this side of the world, which are a lot more natural. Like, how well will the natural side of your world do with this texture pack? And the answer to that question is surprisingly well. Again, as long as you fly over the world in either creative or with fireworks, like we're doing right now, then it might just look like a normal world, or better than normal. It looks like a bit of an alien world, but as soon as you get close to anything, you realize that, like, oh, this isn't actually very normal. This is... Actually, wait, these leaves are pretty... Are they normal? I don't actually know at this point. Are these leaves unchanged, or are they my face? It's hard to really tell, right? But, like, if we look at the wood, for instance, you can see how, oh, these aren't jungle trees. These are giant stacks of Toy Cat's face being held up by some moss. Maybe this is what I looked like if I was a jungle tree. But yeah, this entire thing is horrifying and shows that the overworld is pretty good in this texture pack as long as you don't get close. Like, this grass looks really interesting, really detailed, until you get close and realize that I'm just screaming at you millions of times over. So, yeah, same goes for any naturally based builds. So, for instance, looking at this castle, looking at my insane sugarcane farm, until you look at the sides and you realize that I'm yelling with grass on my head, and the fact that even sugarcane, look at this. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like, I am the sugarcane. That is me. Like, the texture is so well made that you have to, like, line it up, but, like, you can see my face everywhere. I guess that's the point of this texture pack. But, I mean, it's taken to levels I did not even imagine were possible. However, the underground should be fine, right? I mean, it's not like they could do too much to the underground. I mean, I imagine it's going to be just great when we go down there. Because again, mining in a texture pack can be really hard if you don't recognize the ores. So let's see how easily we can recognize the ores here. So there's clearly a base texture to represent the stone around here. Yep, that's the thing we can all agree on. But how easy is it for me to spot a redstone ore or a... Oh, this is gravel. Oh my gosh, this is what gravel looks like in this texture pack. Oh god, that is so ugly, which I mean, it's doing the job that it's meant to do. It is the perfectly ugly gravel. Look what a mess this is. Oh god, I want to throw up looking at myself turned into gravel. This is too intense, too much. I don't want to do this anymore. However, just so you can see, there's what redstone ore looks like. Perfect representation, am I right? Ha ha ha, acne joke. But then also you can see how looking around here, you get a bunch of... Oh. You can't see anything. The world didn't load in. Well, looking in the part of the world we can see, it's actually easy enough to spot ores for the most part, because even though this face is horrifying and looks slightly different, depending on which stony block you're looking at, again, you can see some real weird things in here. It's easy to avoid gravel at a distance, and when you do find an ore, it's just as easily signposted as in the regular Minecraft. So I'm gonna give this, this texture pack a great out of great for mining, because think about it, like, okay, mining having, the stone doesn't matter what color it is, as long as you can recognize the colors of the thing and how easy it is to see them, and they're perfectly the same as regular Minecraft, that's all that really matters. So now we only have the last section of this texture pack review. We're gonna do an extra one, because you better believe this is my favorite and least favorite thing I've ever seen. We're going to do one last section, and that is checking out some more mobs and going to the end, because I was given specific instructions to check out the end in this review, so we're going to be doing that right now. So to get there, I have to fly at night, and I have to say, at night, this texture pack looks like a pretty normal texture pack. Because when everything goes dark, everything's the same rough colors it should be. As long as you don't pay close attention, this texture pack is great. As long as you stay really far away from everything, this is perfect. Also, I think we've just spotted an end portal here. I guess this is where we're meant to go to the end. So it also has some command blocks in front of it. That's why my inventory has these in. Let's get rid of these, by the way. There's some mobs that are recommended here, so I guess we'll check out the Wither first of all. That's going to blow up the other command blocks, isn't it? So we'll check out the Ghast as well, and we'll check out whatever this is. What is this meant to be? An Illager beast. So, okay, that's the Wither. As you can see, Wither's looking pretty darn classy right now. This is high quality Toycat Cronenberg into skeleton shape. Then we've got a Ghast over here. Look at the Ghast. This is, I think, the single worst thing I've ever seen in any texture pack. Or is it the single best thing I've seen in every texture pack? I just don't know how I feel about this. I'm really uncomfortable looking at my own face being reflected into a cube, flying through the air. This just doesn't feel good to me. This just doesn't feel like a thing that should be a thing. But since we should be checking out mobs anyway, let's see these cows as well, I guess. These cows are really beautiful. They don't have faces, because their faces are my face. And also sheep. Oh god, there's some gravel there. But, yeah, you can see how we got some... Oh god. We got some withered animals, apparently. So this is what the end looks like. As you can see, pretty darn beautiful. One of these nice little boxes we're trapped in again. Just like in the no mining, no crafting run. But yeah, looking at this, you can see how the Illager beast... Oh, he actually looks pretty normal. I think the texture was for the Ravage. I don't even know what this is. That does... This is not my face at all. It looks so weird seeing an actual mob in a world filled with otherwise my face. Do you reckon panda bears have been toy catted? Oh god, you better believe panda bears are the toy cat face. Oh god, this is awful. Have you ever looked in the mirror and been like, oh, that's me, kind of forgotten what you look like? It's weird of me because I guess I'm a YouTuber and sometimes I record my face. But I have that feeling right now, but times a million. I'm looking at not only a mirror of my face, but I'm looking at a skybox of my face. A tiled skybox where all you can see is my reaction to drinking that Chinese medicinal alcohol in Japan a while ago. Fun video, by the way, but this is just horrifying to look at. It's so in the same way that endstone, if you don't know, is just inverted cobblestone. Endstone here is just inverted my face, and oh, even the floor of the end is my face. This is just everything about this is not something I'm happy with. I didn't even know you could change the skybox on the end. Oh, look, the direction of the texture changes which side you're looking at. So on the floor it looks normal, on the ceiling it's upside down, and everywhere else it's slightly sideways. That is very strange stuff. But not as strange as the absolutely beautiful End Dragon. This is peak Minecraft texture pack. I don't think anyone can do better than this. I don't think anyone can so fundamentally, so beautifully change a mob as has been done right here. Everything about this is so beautiful. Even the end crystals on my face rotating in a little cube. Just, again, you have to admire, so it's BC-EG who made this. This is the most effort I've seen into a fun little joke. You have to give him that. And given that the place that this whole ridiculous thing started was just the status effect, I feel like what we need to do is we need to drink them all right now, and we need to see what they look like, because they might have changed since last time. So given that the thing that started this entire texture pack was the status effects, the things you're seeing all the way there on the right, I think you can also see them. So given that the thing that started this entire texture pack was the status effects, the thing you can see all the way there on the right of the screen, if you don't want to see that, you can also see it by pressing I guess it's left on the D-pad or Z on a keyboard, but you can see your effects. So let's go through all the effects and let's see what they all actually look like, because they might have been updated since that original image. And I'm looking at very smug Toy Cat, which is strength. Regeneration seems to be lots of Toy Cats in a little cube together. Water breathing is Toy Cat underwater, of course. Fire resistance is me, but with like a really old picture of me, like when I was like 15 or 16 or something. Then we've got like in the rain, it looks like. Then we've got, I can't even tell what leaping is, like I literally cannot tell. Invisibility is Toy Cat but with a grey filter. Speed is Toy Cat but going real fast with my mouth going like, oh. And then weakness, I want to see what weak Toy Cat looks like. That's me being sad about something like this texture pack. And then, you know, just to show you these all in one place, this is speed, this is slowness, this is strength. I'm a big Toy Cat boy now. We got jump boost, regeneration, fire resistance, water breathing, invisibility, night vision, and weakness. This is, everything about this is terrible. But you know what, I'd be lying if I said I didn't love it. A little bit. Like, it's kind of like when someone gets you, like, it's kind of like finding out you have a stalker, right? Where 99% of you is like, oh my god, how am I going to deal with this? Am I safe at night? Oh god, what about the kids? But 1% of you is like, hey, someone likes me enough that they'd be willing to follow me around everywhere I go, and they've even, you know, like, taken my used tissues and built some origami swans out of them or something. Wow, what a scary but considerate individual. Please don't do that to me ever, by the way. I will not be flattered. But it is worth mentioning that this is the most beautiful but terrible thing that has ever been built by anyone ever. This is, like, as a species, can we achieve more than this? I don't imagine so. I think this is peak humanity. Let's just all give up right now, because we can't top this. And yeah, with that said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you got something from it. If you liked the video, you can like it and let me know. You can share it if you really liked it, which you shouldn't. If you like this, something is horrifically wrong with you. And you can subscribe if you're new around here, because have you ever wanted to see my face, but not in a Minecraft texture pack? If the answer's no, then I guess you probably shouldn't subscribe. But if you do, then you can subscribe and you can see other high quality things like this. Big thank you for BC-EG for putting this together. Or actually the opposite, like, very scared of BC-EG for putting this together. But it is a very interesting thing to look at. And that's something you can never take away from it. And you know, you can never take that away from anyone if you really think about it. So thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you for this, I guess. And I hope you have a wonderful day otherwise. Follow me on Twitter, I guess. Oh, in case you're curious, I am the real Toy Cat. Look, I got my ID with me and everything. So it's been about an hour since I finished recording. I got some lunch, it was great, but even after an hour now, after that, I still keep seeing Toy Cat faces everywhere. Every time I can't discern the detail on something, I'm like, oh, it's a Toy Cat face. Like, look at these socks, they're pizza socks. I know I have pizza socks, they're really funny. But look at these socks, to me, they're just looking like Toy Cat faces everywhere, and I'm starting to go a bit insane is what I'm saying. So, the Toy Cat texture pack, recommended for mining and insanity. And I guess the Ender Dragon too. Okay, yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. Have a good day or whatever you're about to do. Bye. I'm gonna eat some more lunch.